The rising tide, foreign influence and wokeism in India. India, the land of ancient wisdom and vibrant culture, faces a new kind of challenge today. This challenge is not of military might but of insidious ideologies and foreign influence. A potent mix of wokeism, fueled by external forces, is slowly chipping away at the very fabric of Indian society. We will explore how wokeism is being used to destabilize India culturally and politically. The current wave of foreign influence, cloaked in the garb of human rights and social justice, is far more nuanced and dangerous. This new form of colonialism aims to control not just our land and resources, but also our minds and culture. Wokeism, with its emphasis on identity politics, victimhood, and a distorted view of social justice, is tearing apart the social fabric of India. The future of India, as a strong, independent, and culturally vibrant nation, depends on it. The seeds of discord. How wokeism erodes Indian society. Wokeism, often presented as a progressive and emancipatory ideology, is in reality a Trojan horse. It enters under the guise of social justice but carries within it the seeds of discord and division. One of the most damaging aspects of wokeism is its obsession with identity politics. It divides society into neat categories of oppressor and oppressed based on caste, religion, gender, and sexual orientation. This simplistic and binary view of society ignores the complexities and nuances of Indian social reality. Another dangerous element of wokeism is its attack on traditional Indian values and institutions. Furthermore, wokeism fosters a culture of victimhood and outrage. It is essential to recognize and resist this dangerous ideology before it inflicts irreparable damage on the nation. Funding the fault lines, foreign money in Indian protests. The saying, "follow the money," holds particularly true when it comes to understanding the role of foreign influence in India. Over the years, vast sums of foreign money have flowed into the country, often under the guise of philanthropy or development aid. Many foreign-funded NGOs operating under the garb of human rights advocacy are actively involved in shaping public opinion and influencing policy decisions in India. These NGOs often act as fronts for foreign governments and vested interests, pushing agendas that are detrimental to India's national interests. One of the most concerning aspects of this foreign funding is its role in fueling protests and unrest in the country. These protests, often orchestrated and amplified through a complicit media, are then used to pressure the Indian government, tarnish the country's image globally, and create an atmosphere of instability. The ultimate goal is to weaken India from within, making it vulnerable to external pressure and control. The Shaheen Bagh Siege, a case study in foreign interference. The Shaheen Bagh protests, which gripped the nation's capital for months, provide a stark example of how foreign funding and vested interests can be used to create unrest and destabilize India. The protests, ostensibly against the citizenship law, were soon hijacked by a nexus of foreign-funded NGOs, radical Islamist groups, and anti-India elements. The presence of foreign activists at the protests, the inflammatory speeches given by some of the leaders, and the dubious funding sources of some of the organizations involved all pointed towards a deeper conspiracy. The protests, strategically located in the heart of Delhi, caused immense hardship to ordinary citizens. The blocking of a major road artery for months disrupted daily life, affected businesses, and highlighted the callous disregard for the common man by the organizers. The Shaheen Bagh protests were a grim reminder of how foreign influence can be used to exploit religious fault lines and incite communal disharmony in India. The Shaheen Bagh episode serves as a stark warning about the dangers of foreign interference in India's internal affairs. Section 5. The Farmers' Protest, hijacked by a global agenda. The farmers' protest, which began as a genuine expression of concern by a section of the farming community, soon became a hotbed of foreign interference and anti-India propaganda. The involvement of foreign celebrities with little or no understanding of the complexities of Indian agriculture, tweeting in support of the protests, raised red flags. The protests were hijacked by Khalistani separatists, who saw it as an opportunity to revive their secessionist agenda. The toolkit shared by Greta Thunberg, which contained a detailed plan of action to amplify the protests globally, exposed the sinister hand of foreign forces orchestrating the movement. The Indian government and people need to be vigilant and proactive in countering such attempts to destabilize the nation. Section 6. A Silent Exodus, the Plight of Hindus in Bangladesh. While India grapples with the challenges posed by wokeism and foreign interference, across the border in Bangladesh, a tragedy of epic proportions continues to unfold. The Hindu community in Bangladesh, once a thriving and integral part of the nation's social fabric, is facing systematic persecution and marginalization. Over the decades, the Hindu population in Bangladesh has dwindled drastically. From forced conversions and land grabbing to temple desecration and physical attacks, the persecution of Hindus in Bangladesh takes many forms. The perpetrators of this violence enjoy impunity, operating with little fear of reprisal from law enforcement agencies. The Bangladeshi government, often accused of turning a blind eye to the plight of Hindus, has done little to address the issue. India, with its shared history and cultural ties with Bangladesh, cannot remain a silent spectator to this tragedy. Section 7. Safeguarding Dharma, protecting India's cultural sovereignty. India's cultural sovereignty is under attack. The insidious forces of wokeism, fueled by foreign funds and amplified by a complicit media, are waging a relentless war on India's civilizational ethos. This assault on India's cultural fabric is no less dangerous than any military invasion. The proponents of wokeism, often masquerading as champions of progress and enlightenment, are, in reality, agents of cultural imperialism. They seek to impose a Western, liberal worldview that is fundamentally at odds with India's ancient wisdom traditions. They attack India's family system, denigrate its spiritual practices, and promote a hedonistic lifestyle that is alien to Indian culture. Protecting India's cultural sovereignty is not about being inward-looking or rejecting all outside influences. India needs to rediscover its cultural confidence and create a strong sense of national pride. Section 8. Reclaiming the narrative, countering foreign influence. For too long, India has allowed foreign forces to shape the narrative about its past, present, and future. From colonial historiography to present-day media coverage, India has been portrayed as a land of poverty, superstition, and conflict. It is time for India to reclaim its narrative. It is time to tell its own story, to highlight its achievements, and to celebrate its rich and diverse culture. The Indian government needs to be more proactive in countering foreign propaganda. Civil society organizations have a crucial role to play in shaping public opinion and countering false narratives. Individuals, too, have a responsibility to be discerning consumers of information. Reclaiming the narrative is about ensuring that the discourse about India is fair, balanced, and reflects the country's realities. Section 9. A call to action, preserving India's soul. India stands at a crossroads. The choices it makes today will determine its destiny for generations to come. The forces of wokeism and foreign influence pose a grave threat to India's sovereignty, its culture, and its very soul. However, it is not too late to act. India has the resilience, the wisdom, and the strength to overcome these challenges and emerge stronger than ever before. The first step is awareness. Indians need to wake up to the threat posed by wokeism and foreign interference. They need to understand the insidious ways in which these forces are working to undermine India from within. This awareness needs to translate into action. The battle for India's soul is on. Let us rise to the occasion and ensure that India's ancient wisdom and vibrant culture continue to illuminate the world for millennia to come.